So I'm here with Becky Paul.
Hello.
We had an amazing time getting to know each other over these last 5 sessions, and she's agreed to do a video on her journey and what it's been to do this work, this touch work with me, do what I specifically have named ReTouch, which is rehabilitative touch therapy. And so often people come and see me. Most people come because they just want the affection and the nurture that it's easy for them to access. But it's not always easy for everyone. And there are sometimes people get the courage, because I think it takes a lot of courage to do what you've done, to say, okay, I want touch, but I have no idea how to do this. And like, where do I begin? Like, well, how does this happen? And it usually doesn't begin with actual touch, right? So I want to ask Becky some questions and get her to share more of her story, so that if you are that kind of person out there listening, watching, and this feels and this resonates like you, know that there are people like myself out there who can do this work with you. And let's just jump right in. So Becky, I want to hear, I want you to tell people, like, where have you been the last, 7 years or so? What, if you're comfortable sharing, excuse me, it's fine, any conditions or any like situations, or like what you're carrying, the burden. I mean, I'm sure a lot of heaviness you've carried. Where did you start?
Sure. So I actually started with cognitive behavioral therapy, with touch therapy. We're doing touch therapy with cognitive behavioral therapy in college, and I graduated from college in 2016. So it was a little while ago. I did 5 years of talk therapy, basically. Cognitive behavioral therapy being like the big baseline type of therapy, and then I branched out into trauma therapy after I got my PTSD diagnosis. So kind of working just talk as the modality. And it was really helpful and useful, and it really has helped me a lot over the years. It has not, though, given me everything that I needed. So that's the reason why I was kind of looking for you. Was looking for something different. And it's not necessarily a replacement, but like a supplement, right? Something that could help meet a need that a regular talk therapist can't actually meet due to boundaries and all kinds of things. And I know all about those things because I spent many, many years researching different people's experiences on touch in therapy, and that's sort of where I started. I think I was like 13, maybe, when I'm 28. 13 when I first started thinking about, what would happen if my therapist hugged me? How nice would that be? Because I just never really grew up feeling like I knew how to give and receive touch. I felt like a lot of other people really understood touch better than I did, and it was sort of something that wasn't for me. And that's just due to several things, environmental factors, also not feeling comfortable in my body. I never have. And so that's something, if that's you, I know what that feels like. It's hard. And yeah, Janet said, it takes courage and stuff, and it feels weird for me to say this, but it does. We're not used to saying nice things about ourselves, but it does take a lot of courage to say, hey, something feels weird here. Let's examine it. Let's go into it and figure out what we can do. Anyway.
Yeah, I want to say something about, like, when I heard that Becky had geeked out on all this stuff for like years, and I'm like, like putting my work to the test, like, okay, what could I offer, and what can I share that's innovative, that's going to really meet her where she's at? And do you remember the first session? Do you remember what we, like?
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear her perspective of, like, knowing she wants to do this work. I don't have any literature. I have not put anything together for people to know what exactly I do. It's not, we don't just jump in into a cuddle pile. Like, that's not happening. That would probably cause panic, and like, it would be very, what's the word here? Intrusive is not strong enough. Anyway, it would not be good. So like, it's like, how do you take someone from completely being touch adverse to then feeling confident and sure about it? So what was it like that first time coming in and meeting me and like, deciding to do this?
Yeah, can I talk about like right before that? Because that matters too. Okay,
okay.
So, the first thing to get started on this, I did a whole lot of research for years and years on this. But I didn't know it was about this, though. I didn't even know this existed, and I was really terrified and excited when I discovered you. But the funny thing is that I was like, this is a hard night. I have a lot of them. PTSD symptoms are really hard to deal with, and so nights are really hard for me. I was having a really hard night, and I was like, I would really like a hug right now, but I don't know how to ask anybody for that, and I don't really think that it would be like okay to ask for that, and just because I didn't have an experience doing that, it was all just like fantasies in my mind since I was really young to like now, and so that night was really hard, and so I Googled, can I pay somebody to hug me? And and so I found Cuddlist, yay, the website, right? And I was looking at that, and I was like, oh, I wonder who's in our area. And I found Janet's page. I found your page. And I saw you had a bunch of other cool stuff that you were working on, too. And what really did get me was the ReTouch. The ReTouch was really cool. And I saw that, and I saw your videos, and I started watching your videos, and that was really helpful to kind of, gauge how you interact with people and, how personable you are. And I could tell, like, just watching your videos how kind you are, and that mattered to me. Because I knew I was going to need to work with somebody who's super patient and like kind and who had something already kind of thought of when it comes to how to reintroduce touch. I also didn't know that I actually wanted to go. I was terrified. In fact, I was terrified all the way up until like halfway through the first session. So walking up to your door was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I should turn around, and all these thoughts were going through my head. And, I'm really glad I didn't listen to those because it was a really amazing session. So should I talk about what happened then?
Sure.